And I want to welcome you to another episode of Beyond the Surface Radio. I'm your host, Dr. Wanda J. Evans-Brewer. This afternoon, I want to talk about children. This is a kind of heavy topic for me. I've twice had two separate women offer their children to me. The first was my Dow lady about a year ago. She wanted me to take her two daughters who are probably about 3 and 1, 3 years old and 1. And she wanted me to take them back. She offered that I could take them back with me to the U.S. And I told her, I said, these are your babies and your babies need you. And one of them is nursing. And so I asked her, was she married? Yes, she's married. She told me about the conditions that she's living in, the work ethic of her husband, and the fact that he really doesn't support what she does. She's selling toys. Ghanaians are not big toy buyers, but it is a business and it does sell. And he's not helping her. And so I asked her, I said, are you still having sex with your husband? She said, yes. I said, well, what you're going to do is, even if I were to take your daughters, you're going to make more children. You're going to have more babies with him. The issue aren't the children. The issue is your choices, and it's your marital unit. So you need to deal with that first. But no, I'm not taking your children with me. They're beautiful girls, and I would love them, but I'm not their mother. You're their mother. That was a year ago. So just recently, I'm working with an elder woman who's an herb lady. And she did a piss poor job at putting together a womb cleanser for me. So I've been here long now, so I know the names of herbs. I know what they should look like. I know when you giving me the wrong thing on some stuff. And this one I know very well. So my husband gave me the herbs and I sent them all back. Okay. I had already paid for them. I said, I don't want these herbs. This is old. Some of this is dried. It's old. I won't accept them. Now, she had the money, and so I look at things different from other people. She can keep this money and keep these herbs, and she'll never get my business again. If she is a righteous woman, okay, what she's going to do is correct herself. I've told her what I'm displeased about. She will correct it, and me and her will move forward as the best of buddies, okay? So she turned out to be a pretty stellar woman. She returned with the herbs, nice and fresh. We got past that hump. I'm proud of her. My husband learned something. And she had with her her daughter, because she doesn't speak very good English, and the daughter had 2 twin boys, identical twins. The initial time the woman came, she came with the identical twins, and they were kind of rambunctious. They were playful and this and that, and she was talking to them a little bit. And I gave them 2 Matchbox cars. And once I gave them the cars, they was focused and doing their thing, and she didn't hear a word from them. And these are just donations that have been given to me to give out to children from people who follow my work. And I don't give everything out at once. I hold to be able to, give small little, the acts of kindness as I go along my journey. So I'll always throw a couple of toys in my purse, even when me and my husband go about doing business, because you're always out in public, you see a kid that's just tired or hot or hungry or, and they become a burden for the parent. And if you can give them a little bit of sunlight, a little bit of joy in the day, that's what I do. So I gave them these 2 cars. And so they were delighted. Now, the lady had to come back to me again because she had forgotten one herb. And so she sent her daughter, and the daughter was with them. And they brought the boys. The boys couldn't wait to come back. They thought, wow, if this lady gave us cars the last time, she'll probably give us cars this time. So they come back. And the woman says, when are you leaving? I said, well, I don't know. I said, at this point, I wasn't even supposed to be here this long. But for now, I'm staying. And she said, when you go, we'd like for you to you could take the boys back with you. I said, who, these 2 little boys right here, your babies? I said, oh, no. I said, your sons need their mother. You're their mother. They need you. And she done it, but she kind of blushed and looked a little awkward. I said, no, ma'am, I can't take your children back with me. That little girl right there, that's my daughter. That's the one that will be traveling back to me. But while I'm here, when I engage with them, I will, I'll be happy to give them some joy, some pleasure, to teach them. But that's all I can do for them. The fact that I told my husband about it much later on. He said, she wanted to give it. He said, so much goes on when I'm not around. I said, because they have other thoughts that they know you wouldn't agree with and that you wouldn't allow, okay? But it kind of broke my heart. I said, they don't know me from a can of paint. Because you give out a toy and smile or say something friendly, it does not make you safe. Because you come from the West, you're not pure. You're not angelic. I'm not the 13th disciple. I said, these women want to send their children off with a complete stranger in hopes of what? What do they believe is on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean? What is over there? What's on the other side of the Pacific? What's on the other side of the mountains? What do they think is there? And why are you so easy to be safe with that? And I thought about all the times I've seen these entertainers. And I'm honest about how I feel. I don't put on all those acts. I don't like it when I see high-powered entertainers, the Madonnas and the Charlize Therones and Angelina Jolie's go to these African nations and collect them a child and bring them back. And, some of them have done pretty good with their parenting. At least Angelina Jolie, she seems like she has. The Ethiopian daughter that she has seems to have blossomed into a beautiful young woman. I'm not so happy about Charlize Theron, the white woman that comes out of South Africa, who is African by nationality. She was born there. She has 2 children that she has, both male, that she's allowing to live as girls. They wear tutus and dresses and pigtails, and she says that they said they're girls, and she's raising them as girls, which from that culture would be completely rejected. No one would go along with that. I don't have really anything derogatory to say about Madonna, but it just seems like, people just decide that they can shop for the African child and they can be its mother and bring it back and raise it. And instead of strengthening that African family. If I had the money, I'd have said, listen, what are some things that I can do to help you be a better entrepreneur, to strengthen your family? Is it possible for us to meet with the family and get your business started? Is this a housing situation? What is it? Because what it shouldn't be is that the trade-off is to get a better life is to give away your children, or to give your children a better life. They have to go with a complete stranger. For as many cases as we have with these entertainers that go and shop for black children, we have just as many foster situations where black children are mistreated, where they're absolutely mistreated. I'm an American black. Right now, we make up 95% of DCFS. Okay, that is a social service agency that collects children from homes where there's neglect and abuse. That's what's happening. Okay, that's the reality. It's not made, we primarily make up to 95% of that. So why would I need to go shop for anything? Why do I need to be in Africa shopping for anything, looking for anything? And why do African women feel such ease passing their children on to complete strangers, even if there isn't a rainbow on the other side, even if there's an opportunity? If somebody was going to take Gia, they can't take Gia unless I'm going with them. This is a package deal. Gia needs her mother. She needs her family line. She doesn't need life may be such that she has to live with someone else. But it will never be while I'm living and I have some say-so or control about that. If it was that simple, I would have never had her in the first place. I hate some of these circumstances. I hate some of these challenges that the women find themselves in where that becomes even a thought. And let me say this, I'm not mad at either woman. I'm not. I'm a woman, so I understand how you get in desperate situations and you're hoping so deeply about something that you'll even take the gamble of a lifetime. I'm just expressing how overwhelming that is for me. I've been in Ghana now 15 months. In 15 months, I've been offered 4 children to take back with me to the U.S. that are under the age of 5. And if I had said yes, those parents would have went right back and started packing, pick, and poo. The families would have been excited, beep, bop, boop, bop, boo. And they don't know me from a can of paint. They have no idea what I do, who I am when I go back to the United States of America. I don't like it. Something has to change. You've been listening to Beyond the Surface Radio, and I'm your host, Dr. Wanda J. Evans-Brewer, and until we meet again, be safe in God's grace.